Hello, this is McD the Beast and McD Sports 4 here coming to you today. Which is my quick reaction to the NFL draft. I should have probably done this Sunday. Couldn't really find the time for it, so that's why you're getting it today on Tuesday. Before I continue, don't forget to hit the thumbs up, please subscribe. Greatly appreciate if you do that. So let's just get into it. I'll try to get in and get out of here pretty quick. My few reactions to the NFL draft. I think that the Jacksonville Jaguars and New York Jets had the best drafts. I think the Chicago Bears had a pretty good draft, selecting Justin Fields. Matt Nagy, and Ryan Pace might have saved their job doing that, honestly. And I do expect all three of those teams to start the quarterback that they drafted, including the Chicago Bears, because if you're Nagy, I still think you're coaching for your job. That's gonna be the next video here, probably later this week, maybe early next week, with NFL coaches on the hot seat. But overall, very impressed by the Bears trading up there. My Tennessee Titans, we had a decent draft in my opinion. We filled all the needs we needed to do, and I'm proud that the Titans I think are the best team going into this season in the AFC South, and I do expect them to win the AFC South. If you look around, a few interesting draft picks. We'll start off with the Houston Texans, who did not have a draft pick to the third round until the third round. They drafted into the quarterback David Mills out of Stanford. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know much about David Mills, but that is a bad draft pick if you're the Houston Texans. I, I mean, the one good thing I can say about David Mills is that he had a good coach in college, and Coach Shaw out there at Stanford. So overall, I don't know what the Texans are even thinking. I personally think, if you were want to know my real opinion about the Texans, I don't think they win more than 3 games. I just don't. And I think you're in for a rough season. I don't know what you're doing with that third round draft pick. I don't know why, and this is kind of a bigger subject here. I don't know why the Packers will not give Aaron Rodgers weapons on offense. Aaron Rodgers, by the way, he wants out of Green Bay supposedly. Listen, Green Bay last year they took a quarterback in the first round. That is, and I delete a bunch of my videos before, or just actually all of them, before I took a 5 month hiatus here. So I'm recently back here on YouTube. But I said that was one of the worst draft picks ever, because coming off of an NFC Championship game, that's what you do if you're the Green Bay Packers. I really do not like that pick at all. If I really didn't like that pick at all, and I don't like this year's pick either. Nothing against the cornerback they drafted. I'm sure he'll do great, but you gotta give Aaron Rodgers weapons. I mean, they were trying to slowly push Aaron Rodgers out the door, for Jordan Love, a quarterback. Let's be honest, he couldn't even win the Mountain West or even the Mountain Division, despite I mean, he did have that 1-11-2 season, but he couldn't win the Mountain West because Boise State was in his way. He couldn't beat Boise State. That's what it comes down to. I'm not sold on Jordan Love. The other quarterbacks I'm not sold on, and I'm kind of speaking last year's draft, but this year's draft, the two quarterbacks selected in the first round that I don't think are going to pan out that well is Trey Lance and Mac Jones. Mac Jones, I kind of just think he's a product of the talent around him at Alabama. I think he'll do okay in New England, but I just don't think he's gonna pan out to be anything near Tom Brady, which is the expectation there in New England. I think he's just an average quarterback. Um, and then Trey Lance, it might be just because I don't know enough about him. He went to North Dakota State. We saw what happened with Carson Wentz in North Dakota State. He's already on team number 2. He is going to be sitting behind Jimmy Garoppolo there for at least the first year. And once again, if you're the Niners, that's another coach right there in Kyle Shanahan. I mean, he might be coaching for his job as well. You know, he had outside the Super Bowl year, the guys really hasn't really done much. So, and I do believe in Kyle Shanahan and Paxton Lynch out there in San Francisco. So basically, I do have expectations there. So overall, they draft a quarterback. Hoping Trey Lance is the future. But overall, I think Trevor Lawrence definitely pans out, even though I don't think Urban Meyer's there for more than 5 years. I've said that several times. I think he's gone after 5 years. I think he's not going to like coaching in the NFL. I do think that Justin Fields in Chicago will pan out. Zach Wilson, I think it might pan out. I mean, I'm kind of hesitant to say it completely will. I'm not completely sold on that, but I don't think it'll be bad. So that's the good news if you're the Jets fans. But I definitely think Justin Fields and Trevor Lawrence will both pan out. And basically, that's basically my thoughts on the draft. Uh, Overall, I think every team had a pretty decent draft. Outside of a few questionable picks, I mean, some teams took one player that I thought wasn't as good as maybe a player on the board. Like for instance, the running backs. If I was the Steelers, I would take Travis Etienne over Najee Harris. I just think Etienne was the better running back. But overall, um, pretty good draft for the NFL. Glad to see the fans back at the draft. I don't know if it was at 100% capacity up there in Cleveland, but very glad to see some fans back. Hopefully we get 100% capacity this fall in the stadiums. I know if the Rangers could do it. So overall pretty proud of the NFL. But anyways, that's all I have. I kind of really just get my thoughts about the quarterbacks because that's really who matters. Um, and basically, just give my 2 cents really on some other things. Thanks for watching. We will have coaches on the hot seat coming up. I want to do a video about my Orioles coming up as well. I want to talk about my Baltimore Orioles and just baseball in general, but I might actually do that in a live stream. So comment down below, and I'll say it during the coaches on the hot seat video. If you want me to do a live stream, it'll be mainly about baseball though. But thanks for watching. McD the Beast signing off.